Grocery prices continue to rise, and sometimes feeding your family without breaking the bank can feel like an impossible task. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys 7 full dinners for under $75. That's right, a whole week of meals that are budget friendly, simple to make, and most importantly, packed with flavor. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. All right guys, the first pro tip for balling on a budget at the grocery store is you want to have ingredients that you can repurpose. So for example, we found this ground beef, 2.5 pounds. It came in at about $4.40 per pound after we got the discount. Great price, good value right there. And I can use 2.5 pounds of ground beef for multiple recipes. We're gonna get the party started with spaghetti, then we're gonna transition into chili with some cornbread, and then finally some tacos, beef and bean tacos. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and get the party started with spaghetti. Everybody's favorite, it's a classic, super easy, big on flavor, light on the wallet. All right guys, so repurposing ingredients is gonna be a theme for the rest of this episode. Not only are we repurposing the ground beef, but we're obviously using tomato sauce, diced tomatoes. What else can we use with ground beef and diced tomatoes? We're gonna use that for chili. So after our spaghetti night, the next night we're gonna make chili, so on and so forth. So all of the things that you get during your grocery haul, you wanna be thinking about what else can I use this for? So we got ground beef, we got tomatoes, we got spaghetti, we got chili, then we got ground beef, and the beans that go in the chili, we can then use that the next night for tacos. That's how you wanna think about it when you're mapping out your grocery list. So for our spaghetti sauce, we're gonna go ahead and let this simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Season it to taste. If you have any fresh herbs in the garden or in the refrigerator, like basil, things like that, you can add that to add a little bit more flavor to this. Pinch of sugar to balance out the acidity. And you're gonna cook your pasta. You got yourself some spaghetti. What goes well with spaghetti? Garlic bread. So we're gonna make that next. All right, so we got a half a stick of butter in here, some parsley, my buttery garlic pepper seasoning, which is gonna be great on garlic bread. A little bit of extra garlic in the form of garlic powder. And of course we got our bread. We're gonna use half of the bread for the garlic bread. We're gonna use the other half of the bread to make some sandwiches for a later recipe. So let's give this a mix. Garlic bread's gonna help fill you up. Not too expensive. All right guys, there you have it. Spaghetti and garlic bread for 4 to 6 servings. Comes in at about $7 or $8 in total. Can't beat that. Real simple, real delicious. Everybody likes spaghetti and garlic bread. My wife likes the pasta sauce on top of the spaghetti. I'm more of a mixed in kind of guy, but happy wife, happy life. Let me know what you like in the comments. Classic. All right guys, the spaghetti is done. We're rolling right into the chili, repurposing these ingredients because we still have tomato products, we still have ground beef, we still got onion, we still got garlic, all the makings for a delicious chili. I'm gonna go ahead and get the onions and the garlic in there with the ground beef, allow that to cook down, and then get our other ingredients in, like the spices, things like cumin, chipotle powder, different, chili powder that you have. We got ancho chili, a little bit spicier than normal. You can kind of tailor it to whatever you got in the pantry. Now, when I calculated the price of these recipes, I did not factor in pantry staples like salt, pepper, garlic, things that most people have in their pantry already. So, go to Costco, stock up on your seasonings. That way you don't have to buy every new seasoning every time you make a recipe. We have beans that's gonna go in the chili, but we're gonna save some for the next dinner preparation, which is gonna be the tacos or the quesadillas. Totally up to you. We got some pinto and some black beans. I'm gonna use a half a can of each. Beans are a great source of fiber, inexpensive source of protein. They're pretty filling. Good choice when you're balling on a budget. All right guys, now we have basically like a Mexican style seasoned ground beef here. We got some pinto beans, we got some black beans. Just, adding more protein, more fiber, more volume to our meal for not a lot of extra money. This could be, lunch for the next 2 days or dinner for 4 to 6 people. Season it to taste, and then you're done. Real simple, utilizing the same ingredients we had with the chili, different flavor combination, balling on a budget. All right, guys, there you have it. Super simple, cheesy beef and bean tacos. Let's get in here and try it. That's good. I don't care what budget I'm on, that's good. And there you have it, folks. Nice and simple beef chili. Pairs beautifully with rice or cornbread, both inexpensive side options to go with your chili. Chili also freezes really nicely. Defrosts, reheats great. Great option for a weeknight dinner. And as you'll see here soon, rice is another key component to balling on a budget. Let's see what we got. That's good. A little sour cream. I'm not even gonna cut the cornbread right now because all hell break loose. That's good. Next up, we have a super simple but still delicious dinner recipe: sheet pan chicken and veggies. Now we have one of my favorite inexpensive go-to proteins, which is chicken thighs. You can grab them on sale, very cheap. Gonna pair that up with some root vegetables, potatoes, carrots, really whatever veggies you have in the fridge or the freezer, you can throw on the sheet pan, season it up, little olive oil, little salt and pepper, or my AP seasoning, some Cajun seasoning. Get that in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on the size of the chicken. You really want to get it to about 165 to 175 degrees internal temperature. Make sure potatoes are tender. Got yourself a quick and easy dinner. While that sheet pan chicken and veggies is in the oven, I'm gonna get started on our vegetable soup. Same veggies we're using for the chicken dish. We're gonna make a soup out of it with the leftover veggies. We got some chicken broth or veggie broth if you wanna keep it completely vegetarian. Real simple, big flavor. Pairing it with a grilled cheese, because why the hell not? The kids will love it, and it's delicious. Fall is on the way, and don't sleep on vegetable soup. If you got a little extra protein, you can throw that in here if you want to. You turn this into a beef stew with a little short rib, something like that. Or just get you a little vegetable soup. Nothing wrong with that. I ate a lot of it growing up. Not by choice, but it's good. Good carrot and potato flavor. Nice and tender. But we all know the star of the show here. This Mondo grilled cheese. Get your dunk on. Next up, my friends, we have a very simple chicken and veggie stir fry. We're gonna go ahead and add in our chicken thighs that we cubed up. Get our skillet nice and hot, add some oil, cooking oil, vegetable oil, whatever you got, avocado oil. We're gonna get our chicken seared off, and then we're gonna add in our frozen veggies. Whatever you got in the freezer or whatever you bought from the grocery list, you can use peas and carrots, broccoli, mixed vegetable medley, whatever you enjoy. Go ahead and make a nice, simple stir fry with some white rice that we made earlier. We're also gonna repurpose the rest of that rice for an egg fried rice later on in this video. For the sauce, we're keeping it real simple. Just a little soy sauce, some brown sugar, sesame oil, and if you have some rice wine vinegar in the pantry or whatever vinegar you have, just a splash of that. Add a little acidity, red pepper flakes, and garlic. You can have a nice sweet and spicy sauce, almost kind of like a teriyaki sauce that's gonna go nicely with our stir fry. All right, guys, so not only is this one budget friendly, but it's super quick, probably 20, 25 minutes max total cook time. About as long as it takes to cook the rice. Everything else will be done. We're gonna go ahead and give this a taste test. We got a little chicken and broccoli action, stir fry. That sauce is good. Enjoy. All right, people, last but not least, one of my favorites, fried rice. You can clean out the pantry, clean out the fridge, use everything that you have, and make something delicious. Today we're keeping it real simple with the egg fried rice, but if you have some protein left from any of these previous recipes, you can add that to this recipe, or if you have something in the fridge or freezer, feel free to add your own protein. But eggs are a great source of protein that's inexpensive, high quality protein. So today we're making egg fried rice. There you have it, folks. In 10-15 minutes max, you got egg fried rice. If you're really balling on a budget, throw a little Spam in here. Have some Spam fried rice. Can't go wrong, fellas and ladies. That's good. Can't be mad at that. Got your eggs for some protein, plenty of veggies. All right, people, there you have it. 7 dinners, 7 meals for under 75 bucks. Big on flavor, light on the wallet. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to see more content like this, let me know. Make sure you hit the like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.